Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I make flower arrangements at home for less than $12 using grocery store flowers. I love having flowers in the house at all times. I think it just brings so much life into the house and they're just beautiful, and I love walking through my kitchen and seeing a nice fresh flower arrangement. That being said, it can definitely add up and get really expensive to do that. However, lately I have been grabbing flowers from my local grocery store, from Trader Joe's, or wherever you can get flowers, and just make it yourself. It's really fun. It's a fun thing to do while you're watching TV. I'm sitting here watching a rerun of the Kardashians while I do this, and I just love it. So I figured I would film a video and show you guys how I do it. So let's get right into the video and let me show you what I use. Okay, so first things first, you don't necessarily need floral foam, but I like to use it depending on the types of arrangements I use. When I want the flowers to stay a certain way, using floral foam is just going to be so much more easy. And I just found out that they sell this at the dollar store, so that makes this even more affordable. The leading brand is called Oasis, and I use that all the time. I usually wait to get a coupon at Michael's and I get it there. But the dollar store sells it now. So you have to make sure they sell a dry styrofoam version, which is what you would use for silk flowers or fake flowers. And then the wet version, it'll say it right there, is what you would use obviously for real flowers. So I'm going to show you how to use this. It's really, really simple. Make sure that I've started to accidentally press into it. Don't do that. But what you're going to do is you're going to get a bowl of water, big enough to carry both of these, and you're just going to place it in the water. You're going to wait for both of these styrofoam circles to sink. When it sinks, that means that the water has completely absorbed into the middle of the foam, and that's what's going to feed your flowers throughout the next couple of days, hopefully over a week. So you want to make sure you don't force it down, just place it in the water and let them sink, and then that way they'll absorb as much water as they possibly can. The next thing I recommend having on hand is a good pair of scissors. These actually are shears that I got at Home Depot from the landscaping section, so they're meant for clipping hedges or trimming branches and such. They're really, really sharp, so definitely be careful. But if you're going to be doing this regularly, I do recommend having a good set of shears on hand, because some flower stems are really, really hard, so using regular scissors just isn't going to cut it, and honestly it can be dangerous. So having a good sharp pair is really helpful. Because we're going to be putting the floral foam in here and it will be wet, I just don't want this to rust, so I just line it with some foil just to protect the vessel so that I can use it for future use. Okay, now you're going to get a bowl of water. Have that about halfway full. You're going to open up your floral foam. And all you're going to do is just place this in and wait for it to soak. This will probably take about 3 minutes or so. I'll come back when they're completely submerged. Okay, so these have been submerging now for about 5 minutes or so, and I just took a feel and they're pretty dense and heavy, and I think the water has soaked in pretty well. So now what we're going to do is we're going to transport the floral foam into my container. We'll have to see if I can squeeze it in, otherwise if not we can always cut it and make it fit. Okay, so that you guys can see me and you can see this, I'm just going to place this up on a box, so sorry about that. Hopefully the lighting's okay on this video. I just got this little ring light situation that I have tagged on here, and while I'm looking at myself it looks really blue, so I'm really hoping that that's not what the footage looks like. I'm hoping it's just because I'm looking at this light and I'm seeing it blue, but anyway. And my dog is in the background, so if you hear any little rumblings, it's just her. Okay, so we're gonna get started now. While I was doing that, I got all of my flowers cut and prepared. I just have them in this bucket over here, so they're all ready to go and nice and quick and easy for me to grab. I have that in the sink right there, and then I have all of my greenery right here. So let's get started with doing that first. I like to start with the greenery, because that is truly the base of your arrangement, and you really want to start doing that so that way you can hide all the floral foam. I'll show you what I mean by that. Not much to see right now, but do you see how this greenery is really helping hide the fact that I have this ugly floral foam in the middle? And once you put the flowers on top, it just looks very natural, and it just looks like it was supposed to be that way. It looks like the flowers are growing out of these greens, which is just such a pretty effect. Okay, so I just finished putting my greenery in. If you guys can see how that looks. Here's how it looks from the back. Nothing too crazy, just took the greens, stuck it in all around. So now I'm gonna get started sticking in my flowers. I'm just gonna pull off the bottom leaves. I'm gonna keep some of the stems on up top. I just think it gives it a nice natural effect. I'm gonna cut it. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna go a little bit shorter. I'm gonna stick it in right here. So far. I know it still looks really bare, but what you can see I did over here, at least on the front side, I have the spray roses, I have that jumbo mum. This was one of the other larger flowers that came from that garden bouquet, and just trying to mix some textures. I like the look of putting together some flowers that are the same and then mixing them in with different ones, different heights, make it more interesting and more wild. So we'll continue playing with this. Obviously I still have the whole middle to do. I have this side that I'm still working on, but we'll fill it out and texture and a little bit more interest. We have a lot of the same colors working on, or a lot of the same colors going on right here. So it's just kind of nice to break it up, the yellow roses with sunflowers, and I think that just makes it look really pretty. So I'm gonna play with the back a little bit more. I'm not super happy with how the back is right now. I just feel like I need to break it up a little bit more. I'm gonna try to use some of my greenery to break some of this up a little bit, and I will show you guys what I come up with. Done. I'm trying to decide if I want to stick, I think I'm going to stick some of this other little greenery from my bush out front and just stick it into any holes that I see. Tried to fill in the majority of them, but I think this will just add a little bit extra texture. Hopefully I don't find any bugs on any of these. Let's see. Stick this one right in the side here. I feel like I have a little bit of a hole right there, so I'm just going to take this and I'm going to stick this in right here. And it just kind of hides everything. Alright you guys, here is the finished product. Here is the arrangement. I love how it turned out. Here's the back side. If I had to pick one, I prefer the front, but I think it turned out really pretty. And there you go, an arrangement for 12 bucks. This will probably last me probably a week and a half or so. You can just take some water, a little cup, and fill it in on the bottom to keep re-wetting the floral foam. I would probably only do that maybe every 2 days or so, but there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys end up doing this on your own or if this is something that you guys already do. I would love to hear about it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video.